Yeah, if you're anything like me and just thinking, you forgot your hat, dude. Wow, Mike has hair. Then you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Thank you so much for hanging out. And yeah, yeah. Let me just I think I have one here. Shoot, hold on. Yeah. Yes, this is my hair, guys. This is what I look like without a damn hat. Show a movie on my forehead. Holy good night. Got ooh, it matches too. Okay. Off to a crazy start. Hi, everyone. Just a quick public service announcement before we get to Portland, Oregon losing their bleeping minds and Jimmy Graham losing his as well. How about this? Don't go see Jurassic World. You guys, I am a Jurassic Park franchise fan. I even like the one with Vince Vaughn. I love the whole franchise. But the last two, they've jumped the shark. They've completely jumped the shark. It's over. The franchise is over. Crichton, Spielberg, put it to bed. We're done. Queen Bee and I went to see it last night. And I just, we don't get to the movies together that often. And wow, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not good. And it is, there's plots in it. I mean, Scarlett Johansson is in it, which Scarlett Johansson is now the #1 grossing actor in the history of the galaxy. Okay? She is. Her movies that she's been in grossed more money combined than Samuel L. Jackson. And that's saying something because he was in a lot of movies that she was in with big grossing. It's nuts. Anywho. Just not good. It's the standard. It's a little less formulaic than the first batch, you know, because it's always da 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 da. Then it's yeah. No, it's more dark and seedy at the beginning, and then and then some da 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 in the middle of it. It's just weird. These subplots about this family that was, I forget it. Just if wait till it comes out on Netflix, Amazon, or whatever. Disney Plus, I don't know what's going to come out. It's terrible. Just a bad movie. Like I said, we don't get out to the movies very often, and we just went in, yeah. Bad, and badder is what it is. So, yeah. I think Dora the Explorer was in it. And probably the dumbest looking dinosaur I've ever seen. The D-Rex. I'm not kidding. Not kidding at all. Beans is going to go see it on Monday. I'm like, dude, y'all save your money. Y'all save your money. Ninter Nuge recommended it to us, so I'm going to slap him the next time I see him. There we go. Yes, I just got the note, and I appreciate you guys jumping in here on this as well. Literally, Queen Bee said, she sent me a text. Ozzy is dead. And then she said, Osborne. What the hell? Yes, look, I thought little puppy Ozzy is dead. Crying out loud. That's scary. Yeah, so it scared me. Anyway, again, he did not he did not die. He expired, and we love him, and he's one of the most entertaining humans ever. And if we can get to 2/3 of his age living as fast and hard as he did, then wow, holy hell, what a great life! Just wow. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I have no music to play. This happened just before we come on, so I got nothing. And in the radio we could bring back come back in after the commercials every day, with every segment with a song from Ozzy if we wanted to. Yeah. Okay. And Rhonda's looking for pool install recommendations. Hey, how about that? Yeah, I have none. Nope. I had a buddy of mine that contracted every different aspect of the pool with a different company. And then I've had people go to like Shasta pools. I do not know. I wish I did. Wish I had something for you, but I don't. And anyway. And if Truman is on here, Truman, you were looking for the kayak, right? We definitely need to connect and talk. So, because I need to get that damn thing out of my garage. And like I said, I'd rather keep it in the family. Start with a shovel. That's a great piece of advice with pool. Yes, installation. Start with a shovel. I don't know how you do it. If Queen Bee didn't have a pool, I don't think I'd be able to survive the summer. My sister doesn't have one. My mom doesn't have one. My ex has one, and I'm not going over there ever. So that's it. No pool. Queen Bee's got one. Surviving. Let's start with Oregon. Okay. This is a story. I think a really good story. Not a good story. It's a terrible story, but a good story is when you hear that your Arizona State Game and Fish Commission has sent recommendations to the governor to appoint a commissioner. Pay attention. And then after that, you pay attention to what's going on in the House and the Senate for their confirmation. Because a Arizona Game and Fish or a Game and Fish Department of Wildlife, whatever commission, is wildly important to conservation in our outdoor way of life. So if you get a slappy on your corporation commission, it's hell for 5 years for your state. And there are some, I think Oregon does, Oregon and Washington, I think they have idiots on it. I mean, absolute anti-hunting, anti-fishing, anti-sportsman, anti-fun people on the commissions. I think Washington has 13 members. Yeah, we got 5 up in here. We're fine. We're fine with 5. I almost got political and went with the Chaz, but I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go there. Here's what's going on in Oregon because they have idiots running their conservation department.
Fun, and you're telling me I need a permit?
Under current laws, most boats are required to get a permit from the state.
Boats.
But there is one very...
Yeah, boats do, right? You got a boat, you got to register your boat. If you go buy a boat, boat stands for break out another 1,000. But they have, but you have to get it registered with the state. You got to get your sticker with the Game and Fish Department.
Important carve out. Anything under 10 feet long is exempt.
Oh, 10 feet.
Next year, that 10-foot long exemption goes away. That means that many inflatable kayaks, stand-up paddleboards, and even 2 inner tubes tied together will soon be considered boats that must...
Did you hear that? 2 inner tubes that are tied together, like going down Salt River Recreation. Remember? Yeah. Tie your tube together. Hell no. Gotta go take it to Game and Fish. Got to take your tubes tied together. Tubes tied together. Your tubes tied together, 2 Game and Fish to get your damn boating sticker. These people are idiots.
Must be permitted.
I would hope it wouldn't discourage people from getting on the water.
It will.
And I worry, in a place, like here, that it might. If somebody's got to pay even a $5 fee to take their $5 inflatable onto the water, I worry that might limit access a little bit.
And the price of those permits are creeping up by $3.
Oh.
The money will go towards statewide efforts to combat invasive species.
BS.
Different mussels groups that come in and attach themselves and wipe out fish population.
But not having that $20 permit can end up costing a lot more.
So if they violate the registration laws, $120 fine.
Damn.
A small fee increase with some significant implications for water lovers across Oregon.
Oregon, you lost your bleeping mind. 120 feet. That's a great question. Which tube does the damn sticker go on? Do you rip it in half and you got one on each side? Or you're like, oh crap, it's on the other tube. Oh man. Oh. Moronical. You like that? States like Washington and Oregon that keep nominating and appointing and confirming anti-outdoor people to their commissions. This is going to keep on going. Soon it would 100. Could you imagine? I just roll up, maybe I'm driving up the coast and I'm like, Queen Bee and I got the paddle boards. And we throw the paddle boards on some body of water somewhere in Oregon and I get a $120 fine for not stopping by their conservation department and giving them $50. It's absolutely insane. I'm so sick. Remember that story we did a while ago about the California, the family was vacationing in California, and they're just walking along the beach, and their little 5-year-old had a little bucket. He's putting shells in the bucket. Remember this? And he was actually putting in clams or mussels or whatever the hell it was. and a game and fish person from California fined the family over $100,000 for take of wildlife without a license. Just guarantee those kids will never go outside again. Guarantee that family will never take their kids outside again. Sure as hell never going to California. But this is absolute lunacy. It is absolute lunacy to keep raising the barriers to entry to get outdoors. And I wonder if this is economics, it's not politics. I wonder if there's some sort of Laffer curve. And if you don't know what the Laffer curve, Nobel-winning mathematician, Laffer, he's like, okay, here's where you can tax the citizenry. And when it gets to here, the citizenry is going to stop working and participating in the tax system. Okay. So that's what he did. He said, it's called the Laffer curve. Like this is just not Laffer, by the way, if you're looking it up. So that the Laffer curve, would it apply to the outdoors? Like how much can you nickel and dime us before we just stop? As a matter of fact, next time I talk to one of our commissioners, I'm going to ask that question. And there was nothing, I don't think there's any better move than what the Game and Fish Department did and your commission did several years ago, when they said, hey, listen, they realized that the average age of a hunting and fishing license holder was increasing 1 year every year. That means that people the hunting and hunters and anglers in Arizona were dying off. There was no backfill because they were charging $75, $80 for an annual hunting and fishing license, and it was just for the calendar year with no proration. So they said, enough of this nonsense. It's 1 year from when you buy it. For adults, it's like $75. For kids, anyone under 18 years old, $5. That's it, $5. License sales through the roof. Because our Game and Fish Department and the commission aren't a bunch of damn idiots. They really are hell-bent, wheels off, sold out for conservation in this great state. Oh, man. How can we get BLM permits on our AZ plates as a sticker? I don't know. Is that a thing? Is that a thing elsewhere, Alfred? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. All right. But anyway, I'm thankful. These stories make me very thankful, yet make me very afraid for the future of, at least as we see now, 3 of our states, basically the 3 coastal states, West coastal states. I'm very concerned for their conservation abilities. You should put the comments up. Fine. I don't know. I'm a little diced out now. Now it's the next comment pops in there, so the first one wins. the first one gets it. But I'm concerned for that because those are our neighbors. And we look at like what Colorado is doing, especially with these wolves. And guess what? Guess who's coming to Arizona? Wolves. It's so bad. I don't know if you know this. It's so bad. It's such a bad idea, the wolves. Producer Rhonda on deck. She's up to bat on deck. So there's actually a government program that compensates cattle ranchers if a wolf comes and eats their cow. How about we get rid of the wolves? Reintroduce wolves. Oh. Yeah, Brennan, I just saw Queen Bee said she was out walking Ozzy. Not that Ozzy. Ozzy's alive. Out walking, see, big old coyote, but he was actually afraid for the first time in that area. They kind of ran away. Normally they just kind of hanging out. I'd run one off by a house a few weeks ago, and it went down the green belt that's adjacent to her house. And it was just chasing birds right in front of me, just dancing around the playground. And I said keep pushing it. Yeah, coyotes are. Ugh. I'm not a predator hunter. Not at all. Nope. Go off-roading, but have to buy a permit. Oh, it's going to get so much worse than that, Alfred. And people are a little upset about this, but I'm not. Okay, Alfred, we're going to jump into this, and then we'll get over to the NFL tight end that is crazy. All right? Dumbass kid on a bike kept riding up to it. Yeah, the coyote's going to be like, okay, I can do that too. But want to go off-roading, but have to buy a permit. Thought it would be easy. Looks cool. Better than what is offered online. Okay. Albert, at least here, I think that they are going to go to a class system. You have to like go to take a 30-minute class online or something like that, pay a fee. So now you know the rules. Look, I know this is not a popular belief, and we just talked about the dumbasses in Oregon. But I got to tell you this. When it comes to boating, when it comes to off-highway vehicles at all, okay, and that's everything that doesn't roll on cement, okay, concrete, asphalt, whatever. I'm okay with permitting and licensing. Some sort of training. I mean, go out to Lake Pleasant right now at 3 p.m. and tell me you wouldn't support somebody having to go to a class on boating. Yeah. Yeah. So, where are you running, dog? Let's dance. Exactly. Yeah. But we will go. And there are people that are just up in arms about it. I mean, we have a board meeting tonight for Arizona for Sportsmen for Wildlife Conservation. And it's a group that organization is a group of critter groups, like the Elk Society is there, Wildlife for Tomorrow's there, and those are all the things. Katie, in Missouri, they have to have a boating license. I love it. Hell yeah. I'm a fan. But anyway, so the heads of these groups, there's a couple that are let's say the senior element of the group. I'm not taking no class. I've been driving for 48 years. Okay, dude, fine. Okay, go ride dirty, bro. We're going to make these 16-year-old slappies that mommy and daddy just bought them a $40,000 side-by-side, and we're going to make them take a class. Period. Oh, yes. No way, dude. Do you really you did it, my man. Okay. Arizona Vagabond. All right, here goes, guys, make this happen, please. Alfred's got his stuff. Yes. Okay. You've been talking about that a minute, bro. Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. What time are you going to do that at? Let us know, please. Love that. We'll go follow that right away. Toot sweet, my man. Very, very cool. Oh, yes. And yes, yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, but I'm a big fan of it. You should have a license. And you know what? I was ticked off when I got the Yellow Tub Marines. I was ticked off that just to go on Tempe Town Lake, I had to pay Tempe $100 a year. I was like, for a kayak, y'all? You being serious? And yeah, Tempe residents, East Valley people didn't have to, but us West Siders roll over there and they're like, yeah, we're gonna keep this riffraff out of here. I tell you what. And I had to pay $100 a piece. Yeah. $100 a piece. The Yellow Tub Marines. They still have the last sticker I had on them. Yeah. Sold the PA. So Alfred Truman, who was it? Was talking about getting a kayak. We got to connect. Oh, look, I promise. And okay, let's get to this. Let me get to my next. I have so many things open here. It is kind of blinding. And sometimes I don't know where things go because I have multiple screens and I have no idea where they go. And sometimes I'm like, okay, there it is. Found it. Just like that right there. Y'all remember, you NFL people, the people that like the NFL. Do you remember Jimmy Graham? You have to. Like if you followed football, you knew the Saints tight end, Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham's gangsta. One of the best tight ends ever. Solid, good dude, upstanding human being. And just a dude you wanted on your team. I don't know if we have a lot of NFL people here. I know we talk baseball a lot, but Jimmy Graham was it, dude. He was like a Tony Gonzalez kind of tight end, a Gronk, just big, cool dudes that are really, really good at the game. Why am I talking about this jabroni? He's not jabroni. He's a cool guy. This is actually why. What's that? There you go. That's old Jimmy. Doesn't this look like fun? Look at this, guys. Yeah, row, Jimmy Graham and his crew of 3 additional, so 4 total crew. Took 10-hour rowing shifts, 24 hours a day, and have broken the record for crossing the Arctic in a man-powered boat. We're going to go ahead and just put this...
big dog.
Yeah, big dog. We're going to go ahead and put this in the file of... Nope. Holy...
One toe. There's some clothes, folks.
So what they wanted to do was raise money for charity. I told you, upstanding young man. But this is not a large vessel for 4 people.
We're not stopping here.
Yeah, we're not stopping. Look at this guy.
I'm not done.
Okay. Yeah, so they took little nappies and they did 10-hour shifts rowing. 10 hours. I don't want to go 10 minutes on my rowing machine. I love rowing. The record for crossing that pattern that they were on, it's a 584-mile Arctic rowing challenge, okay? The previous record was, and I think I want to get this right, for they call it a 600-mile challenge. The previous record was 15 days and 5 hours. 15 days in 5 hours. Are you ready for this? They did it in 10 days. Come on. I want to be that guy. I want to be somebody who does something like that, but I'm like, no, look at him. He's absolutely miserable. Everybody's miserable. Look at this. Look at this. They said at one point it rained for 24 hours straight. It was like ice. No. Right? That doesn't look fun. Why are we doing it if it doesn't look fun? Oh, he went sleeveless. That's the Arctic version of sleeveless. It reminds me of that stupid movie I watched last night. Don't go see Jurassic World. So bad. But okay, so here's what he did. Embracing the suck, Michael. I know, brother. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they raised money. They had the Saints kicked some money into, but I think they raised like $1 million for his the charity that he's associated with. And I think that this is I think it's a worthwhile thing here. And see here, I'm gonna just see where it is. First website. Yada yada yada. On average, people do it in 16 and a half days. Yeah, he did it in just over 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what charity it is, but he's very into it. He kept talking about his mission the entire way. There we go. Thank you. Good Lord, have mercy. Covenant House of New Orleans and Laureus Sport for Good, New Orleans. So a big fat check goes to both of them because that guy literally embraced the suck. There's just no two ways about it. That is awful. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about what animals are in the water. What do you, dude? Like I said, I just watched Jurassic World last night. And Queen Bee were like, what in the? It's all water. It's an interesting concept. I'll give you the concept. The concept is some pharmaceutical company realized that if you get a blood sample from the largest dinosaurs in history, water, land, and air, Quetzalcoatlus up there, that you can cure heart disease. And they hire this team of mercenaries to take them, and then it's just all hell breaks loose. Yeah. Let's talk about what animals are. No, I'm not. Kate, I'm talking about the new one, the one that's just been released. Yeah, it's awful. I've seen them all. It's one of Bean's favorite movie franchises. Yeah, I've definitely seen them all. I like most of them. Except weird. The previous one before this, literally, I've never seen a movie do this in my life. I don't think you've ever seen a movie do this in your life. It ended almost in the same frame as it started. Like it started a certain way, and it went through this 2.5 hours, and it ended exactly the same way it started. Yeah. Unreal. But that's that is the way of things, I guess, in Hollywood, because apparently Hollywood has forgotten how to make movies. Then that's all right, whatever. We're just gonna keep letting them go. There's one more former NFL star. You remember Jay Cutler? I know this is not an NFL show or sports show, but he was just absolutely slammed online before when he posted a picture of him in a South African hunt with a sable antelope. Okay. It's not a endangered giant sable. It's just a sable antelope. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But dude, and you just got, at some point, you just got to be like, okay, fine. Yeah, I killed an endangered animal. Bye, whatever. Jay Cutler has enough money. Yeah. Thanks, Alfred. Hollywood couldn't redo a porn without getting it all wrong. The entire Debbie line. Yeah. I completely aged myself right there, didn't I? Okay. All right. I think that's about the time we wrap that sucker up right there. Yeah. No, there's several reasons why you and I, if we see things like that, like Jay Cutler getting bashed, step up for the guys. You just step up for them like that. The very first week I had this show 12 years ago. And if y'all remember the dentist from Texas, from the Dallas Safari Club, that bought the rhino tag. Remember this? You bought a rhino tag, and guys, I love rhinos. I'm a big rhino guy. So he bought a rhino tag, and he had to close his business. He was run out of town, death threats, death attempts. And look, the guy bought the tag from the African Department of Conservation that protects that species of rhino. They had a rhino in the herd that was too old to breed, and it was killing the young rhinos. So they said, okay, we're going to send this to Europe, United States, whatever, and whoever pays the most for this tag wins. And it went for $350,000. They were going to kill it anyway, because, again, it was killing other rhinos, and it wasn't breeding. So, yeah, your friend's band has a song called Rhino. Okay, nice. Is it about John McCain? I kid, we don't do politics here. Shh. Sorry. Sometimes it just leaps out. No, that'd be called a-hole. Anyway, the conservation department, because the guy returned the tag, he's like, I'm not going to pay this money. I'm toast. I have no business anymore. And the conservation department in Africa was like, what? That was our money. What the hell? You online troll pieces of garbage. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, see Jay Cutler's and those guys, just classy. The grip and grin right there that he had was as classy as can be. There's no blood. Look, it just honors the animal. Everything is it's sometimes you can't win for losing. Yeah. Yes. The guitarist wears a rhino mask when they play it. Okay. Stay away from jokes there too. See, learning. Sometimes things just pop out. They just pop out. All right, you guys. Hey, thanks for playing along. And I'm never going to row across the Arctic. I encourage you not to go see Jurassic World, and Oregon has lost their mind. I think that is a solid summary, and always defend our outdoor ways to outdoor trolls that they have no idea what they speak of. That fair enough? All right, y'all. We will see you on Thursday for In Other News at noon right here, wherever you are.